May I come in, sir?
Come, Abhijit.
Thank you, sir.
That's it.
Sir.
You've been in some service before?
Yes, sir. Yes, I was in Air Force, sir.
Okay. What were you in Air Force?
I'm a technician.
Okay. Did you appear in any civil service exam?
No.
This is the first civil service exam.
My interview was in I have appeared for SSB.
Okay.
Other than that, I have not faced any interview.
And have you had any mock interviews here?
No, sir.
No mock interviews also?
No, sir.
Okay. So, you belong to this place or?
I belong to this place, sir. There is a district called Lakhimpur, sir.
I know.
My ancestors are they are basically from UP, sir. There is a place called Kannauj in UP. We've been migrated. My forefathers have been migrated.
Okay, they migrated in that place. Okay, so what we will try and do is, if you have any questions in your mind, any clarifications you want to seek, any guidance that you want, you tell me, and then I'll tell you how to prepare.
Sir, actually, my grandfather is a freedom fighter, sir.
Okay.
So should I tell like that? From my childhood days, I've been listening these stories like he has done so and so to the society. So these things might have inspired me to join civil services after my retirement. Should I tell like that?
It's a double-edged weapon.
Okay.
It could help. It could create problems also.
Right, sir.
So my suggestion was, on your own, don't bring it up.
Okay.
If it comes in a conversation, let it come.
Okay.
Let it not appear as if you're trying to take advantage of your grandfather being a freedom fighter.
Sir.
That is not how it should come. If in a normal conversation it comes, then it's fine.
Sir.
But you yourself should not be seen as projecting yourself as the grandson of a freedom fighter.
Right, sir.
Don't try and do that, because they will think that you are trying to gain the sympathy of the board by saying that.
Sir.
It may not help.
Sir.
What else? Anything else?
Sir, so in some situations, they might project some situations like if you're entering a place, there's some mob there's some attacking somebody. So what should I do? This kind of situations, sir, mob situation, like somebody has jammed a road on certain demand. What should your actions to negotiate like that?
See, in whatever situation that they give you, you are not a trained official as yet, and you haven't joined. So yours should be like a common man response to it.
So actually, my background is in defense, no. So they might ask some.
So they will ask you different questions. They will ask you first your experience in defense,
like my postings or something.
Yes.
The field.
Yes, they will ask you what was your experience in Indian Force.
Sir.
What exactly did you do?
Sir,
did you face any problems? No, don't answer me that.
Okay.
Don't. I mean, this is not. I'm not asking. This is not an interview. I'm trying to explain to you what sort of questions could possibly be asked.
Sir.
And since you are a serviceman, they will ask you about Indian Air Force. They will ask you about problems that you face there. They will ask you about the problems of the Indian Air Force. So you should be prepared about that, because there's likelihood of a army man or a Air Force person sitting in the board. There would be somebody sitting there and he will ask you questions. So you should be fully conversant with the functioning of Air Force, the problems of Air Force, the problems of the place that you did. But while mentioning these problems, you should appear as very positive.
Sir.
Not very extremely critical. There's no harm in looking at the darker side of it, but you should always look ahead in terms of being able to find a solution to whatever issue that you came across.
Sir.
So that is something which you should study as much as you can about, or try and reflect on. What all did you do?
Sir.
I'm certain that they're going to ask you quite a lot about Indian Air Force.
So moreover, sir, I have stayed 6.5 years in ISRO. That is one technical arm of ISRO. It is called DSCC, Dedicated Spacecraft Control Center, where we used to take photographs of entire globe. So I've spent there 6.5 years. So
there's your entire interview is going to be on Indian Air Force and ISRO.
Okay.
So the space programs that we have,
sir,
what is good, what is bad, what are the problems.
So should I tell that if they are asking me about my posting profile, so should I elaborate that last 6.5?
Don't elaborate, just mention.
Okay.
Just mention, sir, during the last 6.5 years, I was at ISRO. Now, this is, the moment you say ISRO, next 5 minutes are going to be about space.
Okay.
I can guarantee that.
Sir.
So, your questions will be centered around Indian Air Force and ISRO.
Sir.
So, prepare them as much as you can.
Okay.
Little bit about Assam, and you can always get away by saying, sir, I have not lived here. here, I was in service, I was moving around. But you should be aware about the issues that beset the state.
Okay.
State level issues. What are the major problems?
Sir.
Huh? Then they may also ask you that how would your experience in Air Force help you as an administrator?
Sir. So throughout my life, I'm a dedicated and hardworking person.
Don't call yourself.
No.
It will look very awkward for you. Say, sir, I'm very great and I'm very good. Let them make that assessment.
Okay.
Be humble about what you are.
Sir, should I say I'm a very disciplined and punctual person?
No. Why should you say all that?
Okay.
You don't have to appreciate yourself at all.
Okay.
Let them discover you.
Okay.
Don't say, sir, I'm this great, I'm very handsome, I walk very fast, I run very fast. Never.
Okay. So what
even if you have to say, you say, sir, in my life I have attempted to be disciplined.
Okay.
You can't say I am disciplined.
Okay.
I have attempted to work hard.
Okay.
Whether you worked hard or not, let them decide.
Mm-hmm.
But you can say that you attempted it.
Right.
You can't be judgmental about yourself.
Okay.
But you can say that I've tried.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So this wording is very important.
Okay.
The moment you say, sir, I've worked very hard, I am very disciplined, immediately they get a mental block.
Okay.
The same thing you can say, sir, I've tried to work hard.
Okay.
I've tried to be disciplined.
Okay. So
which shows more of your effort rather than the conclusion.
Right, sir.
Understand this subtle difference.
Right.
When is your interview?
So on 29, sir.
So you still have time.
Yes, sir. Yes.
You keep telling yourself, I will not appreciate myself.
Okay.
I will not appreciate myself.
Sir.
But you should be confident.
Okay.
You should say, sir, I've tried to discipline and perhaps to some extent I did manage to do it. Now, this is so different from saying, sir, I'm very disciplined.
Okay.
I'm, sir, very punctual.
Okay.
A serviceman has to be punctual.
Yes.
A serviceman has to be disciplined. So
yes,
what are you telling?
Yes.
If you are not disciplined and punctual, you'll be thrown out of service.
Yes, sir.
So person sitting here in army or Air Force will tell you, what are you telling me? That is a priori given.
Yes.
So what is so great about it if you are disciplined? And in service, everyone has to be disciplined.
Yes, sir.
You can't survive if you're not disciplined.
Yes.
So what is the point in mentioning it?
Sir.
Don't do that. Don't try and you should be very careful about how you appreciate yourself. You should, instead of being judgmental, you should state facts. Sir, I worked here and I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Mm-hmm.
I worked here, you should convey an impression that you've enjoyed life.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the enjoyment that you want to extend here.
Yes, sir.
So the whole structuring of your answer has to be different.
Yes, sir.
Any other question?
Sir, speaking about my hobbies, I'm going to say that traveling is one of my hobby. Other than that is fitness. So I used to keep myself fit so that I'm in Air Force Reserve. So any war-like situation, I'm going to call back. So I used to keep myself fit. So how I'm doing that? I'm jogging, yoga, and listening to music, keep myself calm. And moreover, traveling is one of my hobby. It's a hobby. Basically, it's a hobby, sir. Because, sir, I have traveled to Amarnath. There are a lot of hardships there while going there. So, traveling is my hobby, sir. So, should I tell like that?
Really? No. Because you're not again being judgmental. You're telling you about yourself. No?
Yes, sir.
You're not saying, sir, I'm the best traveler in the country.
No,
you are saying that I travel. There are many people who love traveling, and you are also one of them who loves traveling.
Okay.
No, you can tell that. You can tell about your.
Sir, I have done my post-graduation in literature, English literature.
Okay.
And I don't have much knowledge about English literature, but I have done my post-graduation. And I used to study Assamese books and all. Should I tell
See, you should try and tell about yourself as little as possible.
Okay.
Let them discover through a conversation. By saying that I have done this, you don't get marks.
Okay.
Marks are when they discover you.
Okay.
Let them discover you.
Sir.
If they ask you about yourself, suppose you tell me about yourself when you come here, then you can say, sir, I spent so many years in Indian Air Force, of which 6.5 years I spent in ISRO. Now, by saying all that, you are inviting questions. Whatever you speak, there will be questions. And then you can say after retirement, when did you do your MA in English literature?
Sir, 2011, sir.
So, while in service, sir, I could find time to do my master's in English literature.
Okay.
But be prepared for questions on English literature.
Okay.
Because somebody would know English literature and ask questions. It is not necessary for you to remember everything. But a man who's done English literature should know broadly about some authors, some poets. They may ask you, who's your favorite author in English?
Okay.
Or who's your favorite poet? Then you can't say, I don't know, sir, which is my favorite. You have to mention some.
Yes, sir.
And you have to mention some book. And if luckily or unlucky somebody has read this book, they're going to ask you about that book.
Yes, sir.
So prepare that.
Sir.
Once you say that you've done Masters in English Literature, they might ask you, because this is an unusual thing for a serviceman.
Yeah.
Had it been usual that you had done engineering and you've done economics, no one would ask you questions. But English literature for a serviceman is very unusual.
Yes.
So they will ask you questions on that.
Because I have interest in Assamese literature basically.
Now be very careful of that, because everyone sitting here will claim to be a expert in Assamese literature.
Okay.
You could be in trouble on Assamese literature.
Okay.
Because then they will ask you about Assamese literature.
Okay.
So have you done any formal education in Assamese literature?
No.
So don't mention it.
Okay.
Don't mention Assamese literature, because all those sitting here would claim, all of them, they claim to be experts because they lived in Assam, and then they will probe you on that. Mm-hmm. English literature would be just a chance somebody sitting here. Mm-hmm. But Assamese literature, you mention, you are in trouble. They will in any case ask you about Assamese literature. Now, if you say that you are interested in Assamese literature, they expect more from you.
Okay.
If you don't say, then whatever you say is bonus.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
See, why I ask everyone like you not to mention too much about yourself, because the moment the threshold becomes here and they start assessing you from here, if they determine the threshold, then everything that you say is bonus.
Yes, sir. So, reading is also part of my hobby, sir. I used to read every day. I used to read for just half an hour, 15 minutes. Let it be any time. But I used to read. So should I still?
No, if you mention reading, then you should be able to explain what sort of material that you read.
Okay.
You should be able to mention a few books.
Okay.
You should be able to explain a few books. You just can't say that it's just my hobby without saying that. They will ask you which is the last book that you read. You should be able to talk about it.
Okay.
So prepare yourself, no harm. These are all good things, but they will lead to questions. And if you're not prepared for it, then there could be problems. Okay. Chaliye, all the best.
Sir.
My telephone number will be available to all of you.
Sir.
In case you have any other query, you can message me. I'll come back to you. Okay.
So I am a great fan of your lines, sir. Socially acceptable, politically acceptable, socially desirable, technically feasible, and environmentally sustainable.
Okay.
I like those lines.
I'm glad.
Sir.
Take care. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.